Okay, here on Get Ready to Rock, we're at the Pill in Kingston. Brave Mantis on stage at the moment, and later on Stampede are headlining. Stampede, how are you guys?
Oh yeah, rock and roll.
Good, good. And please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band.
Yeah, I'm Chris Closley and I play guitar in the band.
I'm Lawrence Archer and I play guitar in the band.
And I think I'm Reuben Archer and I'm the singer in the band.
I'm Steve Greystone and I must play drums in the band.
In English? No.
And I'm Mickey Mouse and I play the drums. No, I'm Colin Bond, I play bass. Boggy.
I got it. And yeah, you got a new album out, Sudden Impulse, and it's 28 years after Hurricane Town, the last album. You know, why after all this time you decided to get the name Stampede back on the road?
Well, it was pretty much down to Derek Oliver, really, of Rock Candy Records, because he re-released Hurricane Town and did it very well with a booklet, and it kind of, I don't know, we just sort of thought, well, we might as well do it.
Well, the phone calls went around and basically we thought we'd do a reunion gig. We'd do a one-off reunion gig to sort of go out with the album release, and it just went from there. Suddenly, before we even played the gig that we were intending to do, we were asked to do other gigs and we ended up doing other shows and stuff, and then it's just snowballed from there really. It's just gone on, and now we've got other things happening, other things going, and the album's out, and you know.
It has been getting some great reviews from all the great magazines like Classic Rocks and etc. And you know, you must be quite humbling to read those reviews.
We're pretty amazed, to be honest, because I never expected it to do this, and we enjoyed doing it. It wasn't easy, we had a lot of problems, but I just can't believe it, actually.
I'll say it's quite a good classic rock sound, a bit melodic, but in many ways it's actually better than Hurricane Town. I think it's even better, it's better.
Yeah.
I think I wasn't there at obviously at the recording of Hurricane Town, but I think he's recorded better. The sounds have been recorded a lot better, haven't they?
Yeah. And the guy, you know, we got
That's 28 years later.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So
you have things have moved on, yeah.
Yeah. Small things.
Take nothing away from Hurricane Town, it's a great
No. Absolutely.
And are you surprised? Like I say, it is such a big gap, and are you surprised by the interest in the band? You know, it hasn't gone away at all.
No.
Yeah, it's great.
Old and new fans.
Yeah, it's great.
I think it's great to have new people on board, new interests, you know, get new fans on board. It's just it's you know what we're here to do. We made, you know, when we were the original Stampede, we were a little bit off the wall in that we were melodic and we were sort of in the new wave of heavy metal, but we were slightly off the wall because we were a bit more melodic than maybe the other bands, and maybe a bit more muso than a lot of the other bands maybe, and we've sort of kept that interest, I think. With the album, it still has that slightly off the wall element. We're not going down the, you know.
And why did Stampede sort of, you know, like I say, you did one sort of mini live album, then the studio album Hurricane Town.
Yeah.
And so why did Stampede originally split up originally?
Why?
Yeah.
Actually, it's through the record company. Really and truly, you know, I won't hedge my bets here.
That was on Polydor Records, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't Polydor Records itself, but basically when we signed to Polydor Records, there wasn't an A&R man that was looking after us. We were assigned to a label manager, not an A&R man, and that was fine and it worked very well. But when they reappointed another A&R man, they already had an act under their wing that they wanted to promote, which sort of left us in of a similar ilk to us, which sort of left us in the wings a bit.
There was another thing, because I mean, we presented them when we got signed. We presented them with basically half a dozen songs, which were all very commercial, and they put that out as an EP, and that's what they wanted. You know, I've said this before. They had Brian Ferry, and they had other sort of pop acts like that. They signed a rock band, but they knew we had commercial songs, and all we ever got was, where's the next single, where's the next single? We were a rock band, we need to go on tour, we needed tour support, we need to get on with other bands, but they weren't prepared to put the money up to do that. They didn't have to do it with, you know, a lot of their acts.
It was a long-term investment for them really, to put us on the, you know, put us on the road and put us where we needed to be to make those commercial things happen more than they were.
Well, so you did have some good tours in the early days, like you supported the likes of Saxon, White Snake, Def Leppard.
Yeah.
That must have been great tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good fun. I mean, we did, you know, the Gary Moore tour was for me probably the highlight of everything, because I mean, obviously Gary was a hero of mine. and it was a great gig, and we were privileged to play with people.
And it'd be nice if we get asked a second time around. If you like these bands.
Well, he's dead actually.
Well,
Gary. He's not going to ask us again.
It's going to be a tricky one, that.
Funny enough, last night.
Well, you can headline now.
Last night I did have a dream. Gary came back to me because he still owes me those 2 marshmallow heads that he borrowed.
Yeah.
So what are the plans for Stampede in 2011? What's the plans for the rest of the year?
We've got two gigs, haven't we? Devon Rock and Hard Rock Hell in December, so we're looking forward to those.
It's funny enough, on the new album there is a song called Hard Rock Hell. So
There is, yeah.
Indeed.
good way of getting on the festival.
Yeah.
Good advice to any band out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just hoping to build up the CV and the portfolio and everything, and get more gigs and get more festivals, and you know, in the meantime, write another album.
Yeah, we're writing some more songs
Oh,
right
great.
now. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got about, we've done about 4 or 5, haven't we?
So this is going to be like a long-term commitment now.
Hope so.
And just to clarify things with you, Lawrence, because some of the fans out there are a bit confused because like you sort of played some of the album, you've made some free promotional videos, you're not in the video. So just to clarify the fans out there, are you a full-time member of Stampede now? Or?
I am a full-time member of Stampede. It's never really been the case of not been. It's just due to work commitments and various other things, it's been difficult for me to be there the whole time. And at one point, I did say to the guys, you know, I can't, you know, if we're going to commit to this, I can't make a full-time commitment. But
There were deadlines as
you
well,
know,
weren't there, Lawrence?
it's, you know, I've got deadlines and things are happening, and you know, the
And
guy-
we
guys
had
move
to
on.
get this thing done, so myself and another guy, great guitarist called Rob Wolverson, got on with writing some more songs and laying it all down. Obviously without Lawrence there, which is a shame, but that was the way it panned out.
Yeah.
So it's just great he's back in it now, I think.
Of course,
so.
yeah.
What's really good is that he's got that bloody guitar back.
Of course, yes. The yellow flying fee. You must tell us a little story about the yellow flying fee.
Yeah.
Show us to us.
About 10 years ago, when I sort of stopped playing,
Here it is.
I auctioned the guitar, partly for charity and partly to raise money for myself. And a fan
Ali Portland.
bought it, and very kindly, when we put Stampede together, and you know, I was playing again, said, would you like to use it again? And I said, obviously I would. So it's come back into the fold, which is very nice. It's been like, you know, reunited with an old girlfriend. It's been in more hotel rooms than I have. So yeah.
And is that the guitar you now play on stage, Stampede?
I'm hoping to. I mean, I literally had it for days, so it's I will do.
Yeah, excellent.
Definitely will do in
Yeah.
the long term, but it's getting back used to and making sure it all works properly. Really, it's just come out the case as it is. So I'm going to play it tonight, hopefully.
Excellent, I hope you so do. And just a bit more about yourself as well, because like after Stampede, you went off and joined Phil Lynot's band for a little while, Grand Slams.
Yeah.
What was that like? You know, what was Phil like as a person?
Phil was great. I mean, you know, he was a hero of mine, and strangely enough, I mean, we got on like a house on fire, and because I was quite normal and quite straight, and you know, we spent a lot of time together. We did a lot of writing.
Did you
and, we did.
Somebody coming through.
He's in it.
Strangely
Strangely enough, whenever I walk into a pub, normally Thin Lizzy comes on the jukebox, and it's quite eerie. I'm sure he's.
But the worst thing
for
that I
something.
heard was he said to me, and we'd just got a deal. I think it was we just got a deal. It was towards the end of the track. Something important had happened.
Yeah.
And Lizzie runs television, and he said, "This is the guitarist in the band, right? That's the band I want to play with." I thought, terrific.
No, I mean, you know, I'll never lose those memories, and they're great memories, and they're very close to my heart. And
Because I was fortunate to see Grand Slam in Gillingham, King's Charles Hotel,
Oh,
all
right,
places,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there were so many great songs, and unfortunately they've never been out there. They're out there in demo form, but
yeah, well,
never the finished
strangely
article.
enough, I have recorded a couple of the songs that I wrote with Phil, and I'm trying to maybe, you know, incorporate them in
That'd be a
under
good
the
idea, put them in a
Stampede
set.
umbrella.
Yeah.
You know, I've redone Dedication, and I'm redoing a couple of other Stampede, Grand Slam songs. So, you know, it's just possibly another solo album as well. and they might be incorporated in that or in this, but.
Because you don't before, like you've actually incorporated a UFO song and you played the Embassy Club last year, Backdoor Man. You played
We're going to do it tonight.
Oh, fantastic! That's a great
do
song.
it tonight, yeah. So.
And obviously using UFO, but also mentioned you before, like your voice is very similar to Phil Mogg of UFO, and
that's never been
it's just
mentioned before.
it's like coincidence, really, isn't it? They are very similar.
It's only because
he looks like him as well.
Yeah, you look like him. Yeah.
Well, we did in the early days look similar. It was a kind of just a look at the time. But I mean,
you haven't got any kilts though in your.
No, I haven't. No. But
got some nice skirts there.
I don't make any pretense about it. I mean, I went to see UFO in Bristol when we lived in Bristol, and Lawrence came along, and I'd never seen him before, and Shankar had left, so I missed that bit. But Tonka Chapman was playing it, and I just saw the band. I just thought, if I'm going to do this, that's the sort of band I want to be. I didn't want to copy them. I didn't want to go out. But the thing is, Phil's not a screamer like Halford or Dio or whatever, and nor am I. So we sing in pretty much the same kind of register, and then journalists picked up on you looked similar on the stage, which I suppose we do a bit. So, but then the material we play is melodic and it's hard rock. It's not heavy metal as such. It's hard rock, and that's what UFO are. And so we get put in that kind of category, and I don't mind that at all. I think they're a brilliant band.
Well, it's a compliment in many ways. Cause
Yeah,
UFO
exactly.
yeah.
And Lizzie the same. We got, we also got that kind of accolade as well. But I don't mind. I think they're fantastic. They're British rock bands.
Yeah, one of the best out there.
One of the strange things that happened to me, one of the first bands I ever went to see was UFO at the Birmingham Odeon, and Lautrec with the support.
Oh.
And I remember Lautrec to this day. I thought,
Yeah.
bloody hell, they're a good band. No. I didn't think that's the band I want to play with at the time.
You didn't?
No.
You had to wait until...
No. I still wanted to get into the Drifters then.
And we've got a question aimed at you two young guys. How did you manage to get into Stampede? And
Well, yeah, I've known Reuben for quite a few years, since he moved into Wolverhampton, which is where I'm from, and I've played in various bands over the years, and well, I got to meet him, and then I got to jam with him at various gigs he was doing with the blues band he was playing with, and so it was last summer during the World Cup, and Rube said, "Come round, have a listen to some songs we've just."
I'm not the foo-foo seller.
and yeah, so I had a listen, and it turned out that there was a need for some guitar.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I said, yeah, of course I'll do it. Yeah. So that's how I got in. But I know Stevie because we play in another band together.
Yeah.
And so it was just.
Well, actually, what did happen was when I first decided to try and get all this together, Stevie heard about it and he came up to me. We were in the Robin watching a band, and he came up and said, "Look, if you need a drummer, I'd love to do it." And I said, "Well, actually, we've already got sorted out, but great, thank you." And that didn't work out for various reasons. Not anything. It was just logistical. The whole thing with
That was
getting
like Clive Edwards, was it?
yeah. I mean, it was just impossible for us to get this thing done the way we were doing it. And then Stevie offered again, and that was it. We just went in the studio and we did it all, and and that's it now.
That's great. Well, I'd like to congratulate you guys on the album, Sudden Impulse is the album.
Thank you.
And, check Stampede out, Hard Rock Hell, and Devon Rocks in August. So
Yeah.
pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
All the best in the
Yeah,
future.
mate.
Nice
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
You are going to go down.